Unfortunately, due to man's choices, we are falling short of this ideal nature. And if you ask people on the streets too, they will tell you that their focus is either to be healthy, or to be wealthy, or to be wealthy and healthy. In the world today, we have 1.8 billion people who are either overweight or obese. We have 300 million people that have diabetes. We have 1 billion people affected with hypertension. We have 50 million people affected with HIV. And then we have a large number of these people succumbing to cardiovascular morbidity such as stroke, heart attacks, or cancers. When you get this in mind, you will realize that it is not easy to finance this. What is the relationship between health and wealth? First of all, for you to be able to create wealth, you need to be healthy. And you will find out that quite a number of countries whose economies are poor, it can also be traced to a reduced healthiness of the workforce. Long ago in the developed countries, it was realized that in the industrial era at the beginning, several workers used to fall ill, and that used to put spanners into their works. And that was when most of these countries developed a national or a company health insurance scheme to ensure that the workers remain healthy and were able to deliver on promises and on products. So we need to live well and live right and take your health in your own hands. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm also the chairman of the Corporate Council on Africa, which is the largest and most prominent US trade organization that promotes business links with Africa. Now, when I was asked to speak at this event by BC, I asked myself, what on earth am I going to say to a room full of Nigerian health professionals and banking professionals? Finally, after days of procrastination, I decided to tell you something about my company, Symbion Power, as well as the Corporate Council on Africa, because both have their own health initiatives, and both organisations have recently collaborated on a programme in Tanzania and East Africa. Symbion Power builds and owns and operates power generation plants and transmission and distribution systems in Africa. Symbion has been one of the largest companies building power infrastructure in Iraq for the United States government. We've been involved in several power projects in Afghanistan, and in our first foray into Africa, we're involved with large US government projects in East Africa. These projects are funded by the Millennium Challenge Corporation, or the MCC as it's often named. It's a US government State Department agency that provides large grants to countries that meet certain qualifying criteria. This criteria is based on three broad categories, which are 1. Ruling justly, 2. Encouraging economic freedom, and 3. Investing in people. Each of these categories is broken into sub-elements, and health and education form a major part of the last category, investing in people. Public expenditure on health, immunisation and child health being major sub-elements. You can read more about the Millennium Challenge Corporation at their website, which is at www.mcc.gov. I'll repeat it. www.mcc.gov. Symbion is constructing 2,000 kilometres of transmission lines in Tanzania, and we are building 26 electricity substations. In addition, we own 3 of our own power plants, and more will be constructed beyond line this year. But Symbion is not a run-of-the-mill foreign company that comes into Africa like some, to earn what it can in cash profits, to extract natural resources for our own benefit, or to exploit local people and local partners. Symbian is a company that believes in building business that is sustainable, and we believe that can only be achieved by developing local capacity and through investing in local people. This investment starts with training. We believe in the long-term future of this continent, and especially Nigeria, and we want to become a major player across Africa during the course of the next 5 years. So our approach to business is different. Everywhere we work, we have set up our own training schools where we take unskilled people and turn them into skilled workers. We do this through a partnership with a training college located in Idaho in the United States. We support small local firms by buying them modern equipment that makes them stronger and more self-reliant, and we work in partnership with them to help them gain management experience. We've developed our own HIV/AIDS program to support our workers, our vendors, and the communities in which we work. We call it Transmit Electricity, Not AIDS. And it encompasses education, HIV/AIDS awareness training, and counselling for thousands of people in Tanzania right now. By way of example, the following milestones have been achieved in one small village called Darega in Tanzania that has a population of only 50,000. We're working all across the country in many, many villages, but this gives you an indication of the scale. In Baraga, more than 350 full-time Symbian staff members have completed an 8-hour HIV/AIDS awareness induction program. 20 peer educators trained in the Baraga community have been active in outreach and awareness, raising activities since July 2011. To date, their reporting includes the following. 1,290 people have been instructed on HIV/AIDS prevention methods. 1,150 people taught about sexually transmitted diseases. 1,235 people instructed regarding proper use of condoms. 1,228 people sensitized about gender-based violence. 892 people sensitized about broad strategies for living a healthy, positive life. 1,018 people informed about opportunities and contacts for voluntary counselling and fit testing. Symbian's Transmit Electricity, Not AIDS program also provides condoms to the Baraga community and surrounding area. To date, more than 70,000 condoms have been distributed in this area alone. We really are transmitting electricity and not AIDS, and we intend to do exactly this in Nigeria as well. Now, to my second subject today, the Corporate Council on Africa, or it is most commonly known as the CCA. The Corporate Council on Africa was established in 1993. It is at the forefront of strengthening and facilitating the commercial relationship between the United States and the African continent. CCA works closely with governments, multilateral groups, and business to improve the African continent's trade and investment climate, and to raise the profile of Africa in the US business community. CCA members believe that Africa's future success depends on the ability of its entrepreneurs and business people to create and retain wealth through private enterprise. American corporations and private individuals can contribute most effectively by building partnership and reaching out to the African private sector in the areas that America knows best: private enterprise, investment capital, technology transfer, and management. CCA programs are designed to bring together potential business partners and raise Africa's investment profile in the US by developing critical contacts and business relationships, and providing a forum for the exchange of information and ideas. In fact, some of the people who have sponsored this event, such as Pfizer and Standard Bank, are members of CCA. In 2000, for example, CCA launched its HIV/AIDS task force, consisting of 30 US companies, with the goal of every CCA member with operations in Africa having a plan to combat HIV/AIDS